Hare Krishna devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Sri Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Swamini Gopi Mataji, when are you ready, you can start, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevayat Bhagavate Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namo Pankajanabhaya Namo Pankajamalini Namo Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangri. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 19, verses 29 to 42. King Prithu's 100 horse sacrifices. Text 29. My dear Vidura, after giving the king this advice, the priest who had been engaged in performing the sacrifice called for Indra, the king of heavens, in the mood of a great anger. When they were just ready to put the oblations in the fire, Lord Brahma appeared on the scene and forbidden them to start the sacrifice. Text 30. Lord Brahma addressed them thus: My dear sacrificial performers, you cannot kill Indra, the king of the heaven. It is not your duty. You should know that Indra is as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Indeed, he is one of the most powerful assistants of the Personality of Godhead. You are trying to satisfy all the demigods by the performance of this yajna. But you should know that all these demigods are but part and parcels of Indra, the king of heaven. How then can you kill him in this great sacrifice? Text 31. In order to make troubles and impede the performance of King Prithu's great sacrifice, King Indra has adopted some mean that in the future will destroy the clear path of religious life. I draw your attention to this fact. If you oppose him any further, he will further misuse his power and introduce many other irreligious systems. Text 32. Let there be only 99 sacrificial performances for Maharaja Prithu. Lord Brahma concluded. Lord Brahma then turned towards Maharaja Prithu and informed him that since he was thoroughly aware of the path of liberation, what are the uses in performing more sacrifices? Text 33. Lord Brahma concluded, let there be good fortune to both of you. For you, the King Indra, are both part and parcels of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, you should not be angry with King Indra, who is non-different from you. Text 34. My dear King, do not be agitated and anxious because your sacrifices have not been properly executed due to providential impediments. Kindly take my words with great respect. We should always remember that if something happens by providential arrangements, we should not be very sorry. The more we try to rectify such reversals, the more we enter into the darkest region of materialistic thoughts. Text 35. Lord Brahma continued, stop the performance of this sacrifice, for they have induced Indra to introduce so many irreligious aspects. You should know very well that even almost the demigods among their many unwanted desires. Text 36. Just see how Indra, the king of heaven, was created a disturbance in the midst of the sacrifice of stealing the sacrificial horse. These attractive sinful activities he have introduced will be carried out by the people in general. Text 37. O King Prithu, son of Vena, you are the part and parcel of expansions of the Lord Vishnu. Due to the mischievous activities of King Vena, religious principles were almost lost. At that opportune moment, you descended as the incarnation of Lord Vishnu. Indeed, for the protection of religious principles, you have appeared from the body of King Vena. Text 38. O protector of the people in general, please consider the purpose of your being incarnated by the Lord Vishnu. The irreligious principles created by the Indra are but mothers of so many unwanted religions. Please, therefore, stop this intimation immediately. Text 39. The great sage Maitreya continued, when King Prithu was thus advised by the supreme teacher, Lord Brahma, he abandoned his eagerness to perform yajnas and with great affection concluded a peace with King Indra. Text 40. After this, Prithu Maharaja took his birth, which is customarily taken after the performance of the yajna, and received the benedictions of and due blessings of the demigods, who were very pleased by his glorious activities. Text 41. With a great respect, the original King Prithu offered all kinds of rewards to the Brahmins present at the sacrifice. Since all these Brahmanas were very much satisfied, they gave their heartfelt blessings to the king. Text 42. All the great sages and the Brahmanas said, O mighty king, by your invitation, all classes of living entities have attended this assembly. They have come from Pitraloka and the heavenly planets, and the great sages as well as common men have attended this meeting. Now all of them are very much satisfied by your dealings and your charity towards them. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purport of Srimad Bhagavatam, the King Prithu 100 horses sacrifice. Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Swami Gopinath. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Thank you, Sri Krishna Prabhuji. Whenever you're ready, you can start.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Chandran Prabhu. Thank you, Swamini Gopi Mataji, for reading the translation. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yogam Sikshashtamekam Purusha Puranam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Sariradari Kripam Mudirtamaham Prapadye Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today we are continuing this chapter where Prithu Maharaj is performing 100 sacrifices, Ashwamedha Yagyas. So specifically this number 100 is given because Lord Indra is the only one who performed 100 sacrifices. So it is a great achievement. And already Prithu Maharaj performed 99 sacrifices. So this being 100, there's obviously the glorification of Indra, that he is the only one to have performed this 100 sacrifices. There is obviously there's a competition. So Prithu Maharaj is a Sakti Avesh avatar. So he's a incarnation of Lord Vishnu. And he has come to re-establish the religion, Dharma, and therefore he's setting an example. So here, there are many lessons by this pastime we are actually being taught from Srimad Bhagavatam. So when so what happened, like there are many times, like not only once, twice, thrice. So Indra stole the horse again and again and again, just to stop this fire sacrifice, this 100th Ashwamedha Yagya. So now, so this is a scene where Prithu Maharaj, being very powerful, he could actually kill Indra. And the Brahmanas, even Atri Maharishi is present on the scene, and they can also chant mantras, and they can also, put Indra in a very precarious situation. So what is the ultimate decision that happened here? So we can see So when stealing these horses, Indra came in the form of a mendicant. So mendicant meaning a person who is asking for alms in a sannyasi dress, like a matted hair. So it's typical uh, person who is a sannyasi who is supposed to be in the highest order of social life. And because of that situation, because whatever Indra does, the ordinary people will follow because he is a great authority. So Bhagavad Gita also says, Yad Yad Acharati Shreshtas Tat Tat Evataro Janaha. So here, later on, when Brahmaji comes to the scene, basically says, Indra's already introduced so many false irreligious principles here. So therefore, it is not appropriate to continue this competition. So today's verse 29 will start from 29. So what happened before was the priest and Prithu Maharaj became angry and he was about to kill. But the priest said, no, no, you should not kill in the sacrificial fire because only animals meant for sacrificial fire, sacrifice is supposed to be killed here. And then he stopped, and later on the priest said, we can chant mantras. That way, Indra powers will be completely reduced and he will almost be killed. So they are about to chant the mantras, and then they are going to put the oblations in the fire. At that particular moment, Lord Brahma appeared on the scene. So, so Lord Brahma, being the representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, so he knows the entire situation now. So he is going to directly speak to Prithu Maharaj and appropriately advise him what has to be done. So So what did Lord Brahma advise, and how did Prithu Maharaj accepted his advice is going to be the next few verses that we are going to see. So Lord Brahma starts with the message that how King Indra's position is assisting the Supreme Personality of Godhead in the universal affairs. So he is directly assisting the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore he is a representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So you're trying to kill a person, but you should know that person is directly assisting the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, it is not advisable to do. Is it like Brahma also understands that Prithu Maharaj is a incarnation of Vishnu. So he doesn't give directly advice, but he sorts of says few sentences and then puts a question mark. So can we then kill him in this great sacrifice? Is it okay? So you can see how when two personalities speak, so they kind of have this great respects for each other. They don't directly give instructions. So they kind of put a question mark and then expect the answer from the other side. So that is what Brahmaji is doing. So Brahmaji is so here so he says the by doing this, King Indra obviously has done a wrong thing, but because Prithu Maharaj just came to establish dharma, so but in this case, Indra is setting a bad example, is actually setting a bad example of religious life. In the future, people might adopt this so that the religious life will be destroyed. So indirectly or directly, O king, you are actually responsible for this if you prolong this with Indra. So if you prolong this, Indra might do something else with his power, so that might bring more irreligious activities to the society. So that is the reason, one of the reason you should not pursue this again. So here one by one reason he is giving to analyze the situation, how the situation can be counteracted. So here Prithu Maharaj is always wants the welfare of the entire universe, welfare of the people. So being such a person, he would not want irreligious practices to come into the society. So that is another point that Brahmaji is mentioning here to Prithu Maharaj. So, dharma vyatikaram. So dharma vyatikaram is the violation of dharma. So, violation of dharma is introduced like in. So this is, I'm not sure what age this is happening, but in the Kali Yuga, this is already happening. Like in the age of Kali Yuga, people dress in the um, religious clothes, and then they do things which are against the religious path. So these sort of religious practices, it is the origin is Indra. And then the Prithu Maharaj, so here Brahmaji continues. He says, so for these reasons, let there be only 99 sacrifices. And he says that since you are aware of the path of liberation, moksha dharma with. So, again, he is giving credibility to Prithu Maharaj that, you know how people get liberation, what is the path of liberation, and therefore, what is the use of performing more sacrifices? So again, see, these sacrifices are meant to satisfy the demigods and satisfy through, and demigods are part and parcels of the Supreme Lord. And when the Supreme Lord is satisfied, and there is a prosperity that is given for the entire kingdom. So with that prosperity, people supposed to use that prosperity in advance in this religious life, so that they can ultimately go back to Godhead or purify their existence and go back to Godhead. So that is the whole cycle. So now Prithu Maharaj, knowing this ultimate goal of life for all the living entities, with these 100 sacrifices, irreligious practices are being introduced. So, so that's why Brahmaji is saying, what is the use of in performing more sacrifices when you know the ultimate goal of life can be achieved by going back to Godhead. So he's kind of trying to make Prithu Maharaj again make a decision, by putting a question mark. So, like I said before, there was a great competition in this situation. Like Indra and Prithu Maharaj. Um, Prithu Maharaj was not taking this as competition, but Indra took personally as a competition, and he wanted to stop this 100 sacrifice. So generally, as the ideal king, it is duty for the king to perform sacrifice. But here, Brahmaji is another great personality. So he understood the whole situation. Now he is trying to make Prithu Maharaj understand that it is not worth to proceed with this 100 sacrifice. So Lord Brahma continues. So he is now giving blessings to both uh, both the King Indra as well as Prithu Maharaj, and he is saying that both of you are part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, and therefore you should not get angry with King Indra, who is non-different from you. So King Indra is also empowered by the Supreme Lord, like he is also Jiva Tattva. And here, Prithu Maharaj, he is also Sakti Avesha Avatar. He is also Jiva Tattva, who is empowered by the Supreme Lord. And therefore, both of them are representative of the Supreme Lords, and they are doing their duty in terms of the universal affairs. So now Brahmaji is reminding them, okay, so you both are supposed to cooperate and do welfare for the citizens. Now, let there be good fortune, but both of you, and you just give up your anger towards Indra. So here it says Uttama Sloka Vigraha. So incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So and he's saying Badram Te. So Badram Te is all good fortune unto both of you. So Brahmaji is continuing. Now he's in the mood of pacifying Prithu Maharaj. So previously he gave some reasons. Now he's directly pacifying Prithu Maharaj by giving auspiciousness, blessings, and so right now it's just it is already concluded that he knows that Prithu Maharaj is not going to go against these instructions because he's a great personality. So if it would have been somebody else, it was very difficult to judge what would be his actions. But Brahmaji knows that Prithu Maharaj is a great personality and representative of the Lord. So therefore, he will not perform anything against these injunctions. So he is very much, very much sure that king is not going to give up this angry with Lord Indra. So now he's trying to pacify gradually. So now he's saying that do not be anxious because your sacrifice has not been properly executed. So now there are some specific points Brahmaji is saying. By some providential arrangement, Daiva Hatam Nu Kartum. So Daiva Hatam means without our, without our being, we do something for the welfare of the society, but sometimes without our, without our cognizance, something happens at the end without anybody aware of that. The priests were there, the Atri Maharishi were there, everybody is trying to perform the sacrifice, but this happens all of a sudden, and not only once, twice, thrice it is happening. So this is like Brahmaji is saying Daiva Hatams, like by some uh, providence, meaning it's like some other powers that which we have no control. So when these things happens, we should not be very sorry. And how to rectify these things? He's saying we should not try overly to rectify these things. Sometimes by trying to rectify these reversals, we go into darkest region of materialistic thought. So darkest region in this, what is happening here? The anger, the krodha is being evoked. Sometimes when there was one instance that I heard that there was one girl who came to Radhanath Maharaj and she expressed her problem. Like she was attempting to clear this medical exam. Like she attempted probably more than 3 times, 3, 4 times, and still she was failing. And then she was asking Maharaj, "What should I do?" And Maharaj was simply just glancing at her, and then she asked, "So you did not learn your lesson?" So he was asking like that. So indirectly, what it means is we are not supposed to pursue again and again, again if something is not working out. So it could be a providential arrangement. So we don't want to waste so much time or our precious life in that particular angle. So here Brahmaji is also giving a similar advice. He's saying, do not be sorry. Sometimes providential arrangement, things might happen. We should not try to rectify it by our efforts. So, so again, another way of Brahmaji is pacifying here is the same message given by Prahlad Maharaj also. So Prahlad Maharaj also says that whatever people try to do in this world for making them happy is actually any effort that you put to make yourself happy is basically giving you a reversal, meaning it is taking you, giving you more pain, more suffering. So that's a direct statement of Prahlad Maharaj. So of course he is a Mahabhagavat. So from his perspective, all actions should be performed only for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. So only for the bhakti. So that's a Mahabhagavat statement. So here Brahmaji is saying a similar statement that we should just tolerate instead of being agitated. So, and then finally, Brahmaji is saying, let us stop this sacrifice. Let us conclude. So conclude like when the sacrifice is concluded, the Brahmanas have to do certain things, and then the performer, King Prithu Maharaj, has to do certain activities. So now Brahmaji is saying, let us conclude the sacrifices so that um, he's saying that another reason he's saying that even demigods, they have many unwanted desires. So we don't want King Indra to introduce another aspect of irreligious practices. So let us please conclude this sacrifice. So he's saying here that Pakandai Indra Nirmitai. So Pakandai is sinful activities. So we don't want more sinful activities to be introduced by Indra. So let us please stop these sacrifices. So Prabhupada is saying here that how this karmis, he's saying that in the worldly karmis, there is always competition and envy. So because they wish to enjoy the material pleasures to the fullest extent, so there is always a competition. So now Brahmaji is saying to end this competition between Indra and Prithu Maharaj. So, so in the verse number 36, again Brahmaji is emphasizing how these sinful activities have been introduced by Indra. It is causing, will be carried out by people in general. So, so again, he's saying that particular Yad Yad Acharati verse that, Indra, he's saying Indra Upashratai Pakandai Haribi. So, Janam Hriyamananam. So, he's saying that it is very attractive to the heart for the people in general. So you can see that any irreligious practices, people kind of get attracted immediately. Religious practices are very difficult to follow. So that's why he's again Brahmaji is saying we should. This is creating so much disturbance. So Prabhupada gives elaborate purport, similar to what we discussed here, how that whatever great action a great man performs, common man obviously follow. So therefore, for the own sense gratification, King Indra thought he so he had to defeat Prithu Maharaj in the performance of 100 sacrifices. So consequently, all this happened, the stealing of horse, all this happened. Now in the Kali Yuga, Prabhupada also saying in the Kali Yuga, we don't have proper brahmanas to chant these Vedic mantras, and therefore, consequently, what kind of yajna is prescribed? Sankirtan yajna. So Sankirtan yajna given by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to chant Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So can be performed in the Kali Yuga without any impediment. And Prabhupada also says in Calcutta, there are many meat shops. So they actually cut animals, and in the name of Kali, they say it is offered to Mother Kali, and therefore it is prashadam. Like that, people introduce so many things in Kali Yuga. In the name of eating meat, they just introduced mixed with the religious principles. So all these things is happening in the Kali Yuga because of these irreligious practices. So it is better to instead of all this animal sacrifices per Vedas, it is better to it is prohibited in the age of Kali, and then the only sacrifice allowed is the Sankirtan Yajna. So then verse number 37. So now Brahmaji is now saying that how Prithu Maharaj has appeared in this world. So now he is reminding of how King Vena was very irreligious, and then he came to re-establish the dharma in the lineage of King Vena. So now he is trying to again make him remember that the purpose of his incarnation, so that we don't have to pursue this path of competition with Indra. So now again, Prithu Maharaj has already performed wonderful activities, like superhuman activities in the earth planet. Like he is made the earth like Kamadhenu, like the earth is producing so much, so people are all happy. So now Brahmaji is saying that your purpose is already fulfilled, so you don't have to pursue this 100 sacrifice. So now verse number 38. So again, Brahmaji is emphasizing how this religious practices created by Indra will be mother of so many unwanted religions. So it's like one thing, great personality performs one small bad thing, it gives to 100 different bad things in the common public. So because they will reinvent all this for their own sense gratification. So Prachanda Pakanda Patam Prabho Jahi. So he is saying the path of sinful activities, O Prabhu, please, therefore stop these imitations immediately. So now he's requesting. So Prithu Maharaj is basically now he's saying, requesting Prithu Maharaj to stop immediately. So now verse number 39, beginning from verse number 39. So with great affection, Prithu Maharaj concluded the the Ashwamedha Yajna. So now this is a conclusion that Prithu Maharaj is now reciprocating with Lord Brahmaji. And so it is said here that Samadhishto Vishampati. So he's the Vishampati, like the king, the master of the people, with a great affection, Vatsalyam. So Vatsalyam is like the king is in the mood of a father, right? So for the prajas, so with a great affection is now concluding the Ashwamedha Yajna. So now, as per the religious Vedic sacrifices, Prithu Maharaj took a bath and he concluded the Vedic sacrifice. So now all the demigods, they were very pleased because he already performed 99 sacrifices. They're all very pleased. They give blessings to King Prithu. And finally, in the verse number 41 and 42, so the Brahmanas who are present, they were also very pleased. They were given so much, all the Prithu Maharaj gave them so much gifts, and then the Brahmanas also offered their blessings. And there it seems that there are many beings from Pitruloka and Devaloka, they all came. So they all attended this sacrifice. So they all become very much satisfied by Prithu Maharaj. So Pitrun Devarashi Manavaha. So demigods, sages, as well as Manavaha, like common man. So they all attended the sacrifice. So they all become very satisfied. So finally, the conclusion here is that without any more religious activities by King Indra, without any anger, it was concluded very peacefully. So that is so Brahmaji's intervention concludes in the verse 42 here. Hare Krishna. This concludes this chapter also. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Krishna Prabhuji.